Okay, we need to talk about New Super Mario Bros. Wii-Hashed. For those of you who don't know, this was a full 9-world mod for New Super Mario Bros. Wii I had been working on over the past year. Keyword was. I've decided that this mod will, at least for now, be cancelled and will not come out in the foreseeable future. Look, I know this can be disappointing, especially for those of you who are really excited for it, so I'll have a little surprise for you folks at the end of the video. But first, why was this scrapped? Okay, so to really understand this, you need to know my history as a Mario Wii modder. Okay, so I first got into this hobby a few years ago when I effectively wanted a more powerful Mario Maker and was inspired by hacks such as newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. At the time, I hadn't even set up Dolphin for testing, so whenever I'd make a level on my computer downstairs, I'd have to trek all the way upstairs to my family's Wii to test it out. Safe to say it was really painful. Around early December of 2024, I had joined the Evolution Discord server, link in the description, as well as NHG. From there, I'd periodically post some levels I had made, and eventually made the first trailer for NSMB Wii-Hashed, which has since been privated as I felt that it didn't reflect what I wanted the mod to be. The trailer itself was a mess. The levels were unpolished and poorly designed, and the whole thing just had that stench of inexperience. Eventually, after seeing a comment that noted that the level design seemed a bit bland, I kind of looked back at the levels I had made and came to the same conclusion. That comment really made me sit back and think about whether I was proud of the levels I had made here. I mean, sure, it's cool and all that I made some functional levels, but to me, being proud of that is like being proud of a teenager for being able to walk. Like, is it technically an accomplishment? Sure. But in the grand scheme of things, is it impressive for anyone who's over the age of 4? Not really. So, I ended up scrapping or heavily modifying nearly every single level, from redoing entire levels to scrapping the concepts entirely. This was almost a complete rewrite of the mod. I tried to focus on more creative or unique level concepts this time around, even if a lot of them really weren't. And then, once I had fixed those previous levels, I just kept cruising through, making more levels, and even uploading 2 trailers in the process, one of which was featured in Moan's 2025 NSMB Series Direct, and even releasing a demo in the process. At this point, I had several worlds completed, with a few stray levels in worlds I was nowhere near done with, such as World 8. And I had kind of hit a block when I had reached World 6. I was kind of running out of level ideas, and then after kind of sitting back and replaying my older levels, I kind of noticed a lack of consistency with the level design. So, naturally, I went back to fix them. Though, with a lot of them, I faced the dilemma of, do I spend the time to redo these levels from scratch, or just leave them as they are, even if I think they're shit? From there, I ended up just full-on dismantling several levels, and just kind of ended up being in a state of limbo with this mod. NSMB Wii-Hashed not only run into the issue of me just scrapping random levels just to not be replaced, but also a lack of identity. Initially, I had kind of just went in with the goal to make my own Mario adventure. It didn't have to make sense, but I ultimately wanted for it to just be something for me and my friends to fuck around in. But as development kept going, my vision and idea for this mod kept changing. I couldn't decide whether I wanted it to be a more traditional style mod that rehashed ideas seen in the base game, or just kind of do my own thing and go buck wild. There wasn't really any direction for my mod to go, which I fear may have been the cause of my idea block. There was no restrictions to work with. In addition, the whole team working on it, that being Atomic on the modeling and Silly Arcade on the music, as well as Ragai and Mandy on programming, felt incredibly disorganized, and honestly, I'd feel bad whenever I'd ask them to do anything for the mod despite them being on the fucking team for the mod. So as a result, nothing really got done. In short, this whole mod was a mess. I had fallen for the beginner modder's trap of trying to make a full game instead of just making smaller projects. Okay, so we know that Wii-Hashed, for the time being, is cancelled. Now, does that mean I'm going to abandon NSMB Wii modding? Absolutely not. I've had an absolute blast modding this game and meeting the surprisingly active community behind it. While this project may be dead, I'm not done modding this game that I cherish so much. In fact, I'll be hosting this year's NSMB Series Winter Direct, so be sure to keep an eye out for the release date of that. And on top of that, I may end up working on a smaller mod instead of the messy behemoth that was Wii-Hashed. Though I don't want this mod to go entirely to waste, so I'll be releasing a pack of 8 levels not seen in the previous demo that you're free to play and enjoy. These levels aren't going to be the ones I think fit the prospect of a demo the best, but rather just the ones I feel the most proud of. So to kind of wrap this all up, Wii-Hashed was a messy, directionless mod, but a hell of a time to work on nonetheless. If you made it this far into the video, thank you, and I truly apologize to anyone who is really excited for this mod. Well, I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully with a new mod that's like actually good.